guys, so in this video I will just do an ASMR video, of course, about my body transformation. So I have been extremely small when I was a teenager. I'm not the tallest person, I'm only like 5'7", so yeah, I've always been short, of course, but when I was like 15, 16 years old, as you can see here, I was like 80 pounds, I think. Yeah, around 85 pounds, I guess, in that 80 to 85 pounds, which is like 37 kilograms. I was extremely small because I have very narrow shoulders. So yeah, that was my starting point. I was really small and I wanted to be bigger. I did not just want to be a little bit bigger, I wanted to be a freak if I could. So I just wanted to train all the time if I could. So I started my fitness journey, because I was so small. I've always done a lot of sports. I always done a lot of sports like badminton, football, just like basketball, every sport you can imagine. And I've always been quite good at sports. Not like the best ever, but quite good. I was just so small, but I loved being active. So I just started training, and I guess because I am not the tallest person, then I gained some muscle mass quite quick, because when you do not have such a large frame to put on muscle mass, then it would just look that much more impressive, much faster. So yeah, that was what happened. So I've been training a year or something like that, and I was already beginning to be quite big naturally, without any special supplements. I wanted to be a bodybuilder. I also wanted to be a pro bodybuilder if I could, if I had the genetics and the work ethic for it. But I never became a pro bodybuilder or anything like that. I just became a person who liked to work out and could get a lot bigger. So yeah. So in the first 3 or 4 months, I tried like just basic training styles. I just watched on YouTube these kind of YouTubers and the motivation videos back then. That was like 15 years ago. So I gained like quite a lot of muscle mass because I only did the basics, and in my opinion, in the beginning, then you should not focus on complicating things too much. You should not do that at all, especially in the beginning. So I just did the basics and it worked extremely well. I put on muscle mass very quick. But yeah, when you start out this early, then you can just build so much muscle mass quite quick. And also because in this age, a lot of people do not train in this age, not back then. Nowadays, people are training a lot more, but back then there was not that many people that trained. So you can see a picture right here where I've gained quite a lot in the first couple of years. I was not a big guy still, but I was one of the bigger people in my class, because I was one of the only people that actually had muscle mass, and because of my height, which is only like 5'7", then it just looked more impressive. Or back then I was not even 5'7", maybe 5'5" back then. Just the same height as Jeff Nippert, if you know that guy. But yeah, so fast forward a couple of a year or two, I had a time where you are like these 17, 18 years old, and in Denmark we like our alcohol in that age. So that I just was not that serious about the gym as I should have been. I did a lot of drinking like every week. I still trained like 4 to 5, maybe 6 times a week, even though I was drinking like every weekend. In that age, especially in Denmark, then you just need that social life, and that drinking is, and especially was, a very big part of that when you were 17, 18, so that was like every weekend. Of course, I did not grow as much when I was drinking, and I was hindering my gains with alcohol, but you can still gain muscle mass and drink every week. You just will not be optimal in that aspect. But yeah, I gained some muscle mass, and in the upcoming years I still went out with my friends, but I started gaining a lot more interest in the gym and wanted to be a pro bodybuilder. So I was out with my friends once in a while, but it became less and less and less. And yeah, in the end I did not go out whatsoever. Not even without drinking, I just didn't go out. I was only doing bodybuilding, and that was everything I actually wanted to. So you can see here, I can show some pictures from when I was trying to become the biggest I ever could, and also some videos. So if you just see here, I was a little bit bigger back then. I was not as big as a pro bodybuilder or anything like that, but it was starting to, they were starting to get some muscle mass. So when I had gained a lot of muscle mass, it could never be enough. You have this body dysmorphia. I did not feel like I was bigger than other people. Not that much, only when I was in the gym and I got a pump and I could see like I lifted like twice the amount of what other people did, or maybe more than that. Then you can see it. So the gym became like a home, another home, because you knew everybody there. You had good pals there, you know. You had someone to talk to there, and people with similar interest. So yeah, when you started to get that kind of acknowledgement from the gym, and you started to just have that many friends in the gym, then you also just loved going there every day. So in every week it was like 6 days training and maybe an active Wish day. I became a little bit better with that in time, because you do not need that much. You do not need that many days actively in the gym. You could also just do like 4 days, and you will recover from that. I also want to mention that when I was on my biggest, it was not naturally. I trained 6-7 years naturally, I think, because before I started on gear, I wanted to be a professional bodybuilder. So when you want that and you want to stand on the IFBB Pro stage, then everybody on there just takes gear, and that is just something that you have to if you want to stand there. So just a disclaimer there, and for everybody in the comment section who wants to know, yes, I was. So I was on stuff for like 3 to 4 years, just to see if I could become bigger. The thing about my body, as I found out later, I have a very easy time staying lean. So when you have that easy staying lean, you also need to get extremely many calories in. Even though I'm not the tallest person, then I just needed like 5,500 calories with a body weight of only 180 pounds, perhaps. So on my 180 pounds frame, which was quite lean, so it was big enough for a person who is 5'7" and 180 pounds. There it is extremely hard to actually get 5,500 calories down when it's like in egg whites, pineapple, while But yeah, when I wasn't my biggest, and also what I just saw throughout my training journey was that if there's something that helps extremely much, is just like get your food under control. Know which kind of food sources are great for you, what kind of food sources you have an easy time eating, you enjoy eating, especially if you are a hard gainer like me. And by hard gain I mean I did put on muscle easily in the beginning, but later on, because I had to consume so many calories, I did not gain that much in the years. I only got this much bigger like every year, like throughout my whole body, and then I just got a little bit harder to look at, like the body. You can just see that you have put your body through another year of working out, because it just looks a little bit more grainy. Now I am not on anything and have not been on anything for 3 years, so I'm not big anymore. I'm just lean, or what you would call it, lean and toned. So now I'm not bodybuilder big anymore. I think on my biggest I was almost like 200 pounds, and that's not heavy, even at 5'7", for someone who wants to stand on a bodybuilding stage. So that was also one of the reasons why I quit with the gear usage, because I could see that I would not gain that much muscle mass to be competitive with other people who had an easier time gaining muscle mass. Even though you are taking stuff, there's also a very big genetic factor involved in that, because some people just get muscle just like a sponge, they just get muscle like so easy. And then there's people like me who is a hard gainer who cannot get that much muscle, even if I do everything correctly. I could be competitive in symmetry and stuff like that, but not in muscle mass. And in bodybuilding, muscle mass is a huge factor. So if we just fast forward a little bit, just a couple of years, I've been training there like that, just like training very hard, very insane, and getting my legs developed, because that was my weak point. You can see a before and after. I really started to train legs heavy and hard. So yeah, your legs will grow if you train them hard. Calves is another story. So yeah, fast forward a little bit, then I stopped taking anything, and I still went a lot to the gym. I became a little bit of a smaller version of myself, but I was very content with the look I had. I was just, you can see the pictures up on the screen now, where you can see I was very lean, and yeah, I was just, I just stopped taking anything, just like took a PCT and stopped taking anything like the gear, and I have done that for a couple of months, and I was not big, and I was still like pretty big. I was not that much smaller, and then I was just like very content with the look I had, and I had been content with the look that I had for a long time, because I just went regularly to the gym, was quite lean without doing that much for it, and just like having a decent amount of muscle mass still. And after now, where you can see some pictures on how I look now. Now I am smaller than that, but I'm still quite lean. I still have some muscle mass on me, and I'm very functional and feel great. So when you become a dad, and there's other stuff in your life as well, like being a So yeah, now I am just a smaller version of myself. I'm a healthier version of myself, and I like this stage I am in right now because it's functional. It's nice to just be lean and not do that much for it. Just a couple of trainings in the week. But when you have built your body up over 14, 15 years, then with consistently training and consistently eating good in that many years, then you will also just keep a lot of your muscle mass because your body has just got used to it, in my opinion. That's what I think. I don't know if there's a study for it, but I just feel like the body remembers just like that. And also a lot of genetic components as well. I do not lose that much muscle mass in general. Also when I've been injured, when I have had broken my leg and have surgeries and stuff like that, I did not lose that much muscle mass, just because my body wants. I've always been small, but when I have had my muscle mass, my body really wants to keep it for some reason. But I hope that you found this video interesting in just an ASMR aspect and an ASMR video of a body transformation. And if you are starting out with the gym, or you are motivated to go to the gym, that is just awesome. I will say just keep it up and do it in your own pace, and do not look at others and be jealous, because a lot of other people that looks very muscular and are very lean have probably been at it for many years and have done it consistently for many years. It just looks very easy when you are a bystander and looking from the outside. So I do hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it motivational. Remember, I was extremely small, extremely small. But I got some muscle mass and just enjoyed the process. So I hope that you're gonna sleep well. I hope you will gain some good muscle mass. I hope that you will get your rest.